Hello and welcome to Tuesday and welcome to another F1 Manager stream. We are back with our Team Lotus series. As I say, another live stream, another race to get through this evening, and we are in Canada. And as you may see by the strategy in the background, it is going to be a wet one. And wet all the way through the race. So we're coming off the back of our best results in this series. Back-to-back victories for the Honey Badger. Daniel Ricciardo, 2 wins in a row. Lawson got a second place finish in Monaco, 2 races back. Got a bit bogged down last time. We messed the strategy up a little bit for him and he finished 5th. But we have qualified P2 and P3 here, so the pace is still very good in the car. Looking at the car analysis, Mercedes have now sort of edged in front and are starting to pull away. So as we've been saying, we are expecting to go back down the grid, heading probably back down to 5th, but I think we're still about the second, third fastest car on the grid at the moment. But our competitors will be out developing us, and that has been seen with Mercedes. So potentially another podium on the cards, but as I say, it's going to be a wet race. A bit boring in terms of the weather, because if we have a look, the track graph. Now the only thing here is it might go to full wet between lap 24 and what's that, around 28, around that range. It might go to full wet, and then again, maybe from lap 40, a little longer spell to lap 48. But it's not going to be very long, so it's kind of, those stints, we kind of just need to stick on the inters and just see them through. So I think it is just going to be inters all the way with both drivers. But we'll see how we go. Let's just make sure we're on full push. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. If it gets really wet, we might have to jump in for some full wets, but we shall see. But I hope everyone's doing well in the chat. If you're jumping in and you're returning, please smash a like on the stream. But without delay, let's jump in, shall we, and start this Canadian Grand Prix. Oh, yes, we have taken a penalty. So Danny Rick had a crash, actually, during practice. So we've decided to take an ERS unit. So I think that's a 3-place penalty. So Ricciardo potentially starting 6th or worse. I think it's 3 place for the ERS.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action.
But let us see then. So a very wet Montreal.
Calm and composed
Danny Rick coming off the back of 2 wins. What can he do here? As we have 4 lights, 5. Held for quite a while, but we're underway. Bottas leads us on pole. So yeah, well, it's a bigger penalty, a 10-place penalty for Ricciardo then. So from 3rd on the grid down to 13th for that penalty. Lawson starts 2nd. And holds on to 2nd through these first corners. So yeah, Ricciardo is actually a 10-place penalty, so he's down to 13th. So work to do for Ricciardo in this race. And what can Lawson do? As I say, I think the Mercedes have got the pace on us, so I think we'll do well to stick with them. But there's still a chance of a podium here for Lawson.
Any feedback on the track conditions?
There's already forming a gap to Perez in the Williams behind Ricciardo. I think we'll put Ricciardo on high for overtakes. Tom Dales, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, good start for Lawson. Sandwiched in between these Mercedes. So, as I say, I think these Mercedes will have the pace on him. So, yeah, everyone on the inters, everyone pushing, really. And yeah, we've just got to see what we can do, really, with both drivers. I'm hoping this pack of 3 can just pull away. And as I say, I think Russell will probably have the pace on us, and Bottas. But if we can pull away from Verstappen, there's a second to him already. Obviously, there's not going to be any DRS here. Does the weather change or stay late? Unfortunately, it's going to stay. It's not very interchangeable. So there's a little bit of a peak, as I say, between lap 24 to 28, around about that range. And then another peak here, but I think it is just going to be inters all the way. Right, we probably need to settle down a little bit into this strategy.
Copy.
That's Lawson looking at a move. I think he's going to lose a bit of time trying that, though, there. Should get a slipstream down here.
Copy.
Yeah, we're just easing off the tyres now, but it might be under pressure from Russell now. Yeah, I think Russell's going to have us here. It's just, he went for that move, and oh, he's cut the corner there. It's a bit all over the place here from Lawson. He's going to be under pressure from Max. Very poor driving, actually, from Lawson. And Piastri having a look as well. Is Lawson going to try and stay in there on Max? I don't think we'll see it on this replay, but he got out of shape here, so he just lost straight line speed. And just easy for Max. Wouldn't have made a difference if we were aggressively defending there. It's just completely all out of shape. Very scruffy from Lawson. Ricciardo looks like he's got a move done on Charles Leclerc back there. I'm going to get a replay of that now.
And we're watching Daniel Ricciardo. There's the opening.
Good move from Danny Rick. Have you seen the Lawson song? I feel like I should, but I don't think I have. Yeah, you kind of want a bit of interchangeable conditions because then we can try some different things here, but at the moment it's just going to be everyone sort of managing their pace.
Okay, maximum focus on cooling down those rear tires.
Right, let me just jump on board with Ricciardo here. We use a lot of battery with Ricciardo, so we're going to have to probably do a bit of management here.
Charge on.
Roger.
Got a good slipstream on Lewis Hamilton here, but he's not going to get through there. Are we going to be at risk here because we've got no battery life here? Just need to manage his battery for a little while here for Danny Rick. Hey Huru, maybe watch after stream because it does swear quite a bit. Okay, I'll check it out. I started a new career with Audi today. Good stuff, buddy. Hope it goes well. Alright, let's switch back to neutral. I feel like Ferrari's going to be all over us. He is.
Understood.
And this has kind of been the story of Lawson at the moment. He's not really had the pace of Ricciardo. And he's struggling again here, Lawson. Kind of going backwards rather than forward, but there's a long way to go. Just don't want to burn his tyres up too quickly. And actually his tyre life's not too bad. It's in line with most there.
Yep, understood.
And try to cool down the tires while you can. It's slightly coming up.
I mean, it's quite close, isn't it, here? Ricciardo's got, you know...
Yep.
Ricciardo's still got a good chance to get higher up the grid here.
Charge on.
Understood.
How's the season going? Haven't been able to tune in since the 1-2 in Monaco. There's only been another race since then, I believe. Yeah, Barcelona, where Daniel Ricciardo followed that up with another win. Liam Lawson was 5th.
Charge off.
But the performance of our car will start going backwards. So, yeah, the Mercedes are looking pretty good now. But I'm hoping we can fight for a podium here. Just trying to get Ricciardo's battery back where we need it. Let us go. Always defend there.
Keep that position.
Lawson's got Piastri all over him here. I wonder if anyone will two-stop here. I don't, judging by the tyres, doesn't look like it. No one's really pushing those tyres really aggressively, so I think everyone's planning to go one stop. Well, no stop, shall I say. This is literally a no stop. It's inters all the way. My first race went well in Bahrain. Bottas crashed in Hulkenberg P16. Classic. Good start to the season. You can get safety cars. Well, you get safety cars on most tracks on this game, but especially around Canada. So there might be a bit of spice coming our way with that. Hopefully not our drivers. Daniel Ricciardo's cooled the tyres down. Right, Hamilton's passed Théo Pourchaire. And I think really want Ricciardo to do the same here. So I'm going to give him a...
Okay, understood.
I'll give him a bit of battery on once we get onto the long straight. Up before the chicane, the Wall of Champions. On that long straight up to there, we'll give some deployment. Alright, let's give some deployment here.
Overtake available.
Hopefully we'll get a good exit off here using some battery. Although Théo looks like he had a pretty good exit himself.
Understood.
Oh, here we go. We used a lot of battery there. Come on. Danny Rick pulls to the left-hand side. Théo Pourchaire currently in the points for Haas. I don't think we've quite got past him, though. We don't. We still use some deployment off here as well.
Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
Come on, Danny Rick. Don't be defeated
So
here.
keep focusing on the pace.
No, can't make it work then. Everyone's getting a tow. Hamilton is making some progress though, because he's got past Théo Pourchaire and Ocon now. I play this game way more than F1 24. My Haas career mode is going well. I've done Miami earlier today. No points yet, but Hulk's been good. Good stuff. Lando, hello. So quali not gone well for Rick. He did qualify P3, but we've taken a penalty for a new ERS unit because he unfortunately smashed the car up in practice. So we've lost. Right, Lawson took the eye off the ball and he's all over Max Verstappen here. And we're looking to make a move. Go on, Liam. Lovely. So Lawson finding some pace again, as expected. These Mercedes starting to pull away. Tyre life pretty good for Lawson. I'm happy with that. He can stay around third and keep a bit of tyre life over these. Pretty good. Max potentially coming back at us here. Put him in the Wall of Champions. Come on. No, are we going to hold on to this? Drag race into this first corner. Max is going to stay in there, I feel. But he has to concede, and he's got Oscar very close to him as well. So Hamilton's cut adrift a little bit, 4 seconds. And this is kind of costing Danny Rick here now. Who should I sign to replace Bottas in Audi after 2025? Who should you sign? I always tend to go for a driver with good smoothness. Depends who you like as well. What about Pierre? What about Mr. Gasly? Yeah, Théo's down to 88%, so yeah, Bortoletto could pull. Yeah, Théo might have to one stop. The other thing here, well actually this is pushing on aggressive and you've still got tyre margin, so the only thing I would say, if a driver locks up, that is going to cost you here because you're going to have to conserve a bit of tyre life. Right, Lawson, so yeah, I think the Mercedes are going to pull away with this, or 1-2, and it's whether Lawson can hold on for P3 here. I feel I just need to manage this with Danny Rick at the minute. Oh, did Théo just get bogged down there? No, he's going to get the slipstream again, though. That's the problem. If he didn't have the slipstream, I feel we'd be able to get past him. Too far back, though, I feel, yeah. I think we've got good pace with Danny Rick, though. We need to clear these.
Charge on.
Understood.
Oh, go on. I wasn't expecting this.
Charge off.
Understood.
Right, we're gonna I have to get some deployment going here. I think we might be able to get it, not here,
Understood.
but on the rundown. Past this corner here. I wouldn't have gone outside, Danny Rick. I would like inside here. Struggling with this. Okay, so I didn't even think about that. That's perfect. When is the next live? Next live will be Friday, so every Tuesday and Friday, 7:15 GMT.
Cruise the car.
Understood.
Not working, is it here? This is costing us now, big time. Using all the battery, but...
Okay, understood.
Charge on now, please.
Costing us big time. Okay, by the way, I was on the live when it was the Spanish GP. Are you going to try go to the grid reveal at the O2? Yeah, I saw that. I may well. I want to see a bit more what's going to be set up as Charles Leclerc. We've got a yellow flag just because we're harvesting there.
Charge off.
Lawson's fine. Drugovic's had a lock up.
Okay, so heading into
Yeah,
turn
Lando,
one
I
here.
remember you being on the previous stream, buddy. Thanks for dropping back
Car
in.
fails to respond. They were just unable to do much.
Drugovic. Yeah, it's going to be pretty decent, isn't it? Seeing all the car reveals on the same day at the same event. But yeah, I just wanted to see a bit like the schedule. I hope it's not going to be like a very long, like an all-dayer, if that makes sense. If you've got to wait every hour to see a new car, that's the only thing. Because normally when they're revealed, they do a lot of, you know, they do their own, obviously, interviews and chats around the car, which is fine, but yeah, for me, I personally wouldn't want to sit in there for 8 hours, for example. It's 2 hours, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. I think tickets are on sale Thursday for is it certain card holders, isn't it? Can't remember what it is. Is it Amex or something? Can't remember. And then Friday general sale. Marley, I was at Monaco when you got your first win. Yes, buddy. H, hi, buddy. Hope you're well.
So we have Leclerc a little while behind.
Red Bull will be the same as always. Yeah, never going to be much change in that livery, is there, unfortunately? So Lawson is, yeah, it's fallen back on these Mercedes. They've got very good pace. 7 seconds on us now. Verstappen's with his chair's just developed a problem, and he's become a problem for us. Oh, come on. He's got good straight line speed, hasn't he, in that? I don't think it's because he's just getting that toe off Ocon. Go on, Danny Rick. Go on. No. Danny Rick, he's on aggressive, isn't he? It's not being that aggressive, though. The problem is
Let's lift off, please.
Theo's just getting that toe and pulling away. This is costing us now. Hamilton's pulled 3 seconds on these. That's better. Yes, Daniel. That's what we needed. That was aggressive. And finally, he's cleared Theo Portier. And I think, without getting ahead of ourselves, it should be a lot easier
Charge on.
to get past Ocon here. This is what he needed to do a long time. A bit of an old classic Danny Rick. Lay on the brakes. Throwback Daniel Ricciardo, that is. Right, and hopefully it'll be a lot easier to get past Ocon here. What happened to Ricciardo? He had a 10th-place penalty because we took a new ERS for this race. Thinking that Canada is pretty good for overtaking usually, but of course we've got wet weather, so that hampers it somewhat. So it'll be interesting to see what Daniel Ricciardo's pace is like once we can get past Ocon. Tyre life is very good with Ricciardo. Charles Leclerc is straight past Theo Portier. What is Theo's problem? our ERS. That's why he's suddenly going slowly. So maybe that's what helped us in the end. Tommy, thanks for the follow, buddy. Ricciardo switch to the inside. That's more like it. This should be job done, hopefully. Ocon keeps it clean, and that was a lot easier because he's not benefiting from a tow ahead of him. So Daniel Ricciardo moves up to 9th place, starting 13th on the grid, so he's up 4 places. Bit slower than we wanted, but we are now making some progress, and now it'll be interesting to see what his pace is like.
You're good to push.
And let's jump on with Lawson, though. We can push a bit of fuel now with Lawson. 9 seconds to these guys ahead. We can use a bit of tyre life. See if we can just give him some breathing room on Max. So it's 3.5 seconds to Hamilton. Let's see if that actually closes up a little bit. Now Rick might be on the pace. Yeah, let's see what he can do now. He's in some clean air. And say it's 3.5 to Hamilton, so we'll see if that starts to come down. But yeah, these Mercedes looking very dominant, aren't they, up top? 9-second lead. And yeah. Very nicely done for Mercedes.
Yeah.
It's Max. Well, we suddenly started pushing with Lawson, but Max is on the attack at the same time, so maybe he's having a little bit of a push as well. Well, that is fine. Lawson's doing good work at the moment. Raphael, yo, buddy. How's it going? Hope you're well. All right, so Hamilton, let's have a look at last lap. So nearly half a second on Hamilton, more than half a second, just over. 23.4. So the Mercedes are going quicker. But apart from that, I think, looking at that briefly, I think, by my calculations, Danny Rick is the fastest driver on track, bar those Mercedes. So hopefully, good things to come from Ricciardo.
Keep up the lift off. You're doing a very good job.
Yep.
Last race, you and the Mercedes were going back to back. Yeah, it was back and forth with those overtakes, weren't it? Bottas is in the pits. Sorry? Full wets. What's going on there?
Be smart and patient.
What? I'm confused. And now we've got a crash. Oh no! What is going on? Oh my! Oh, what is going wrong here?
Not going the way the team had hoped today.
Lawson's got major front wing damage. Why? I don't know what's going on. Why have they gone on the wets when it's... I'm confused, chat. I'm confused. Surely it's not time for wets. I think we're going to have to pit Lawson, aren't we? Is he going to get a 5-second penalty? No, somehow he gets away with it. Raphael, in my Haas save, I'm in Season 4. Ocon won title for us in Season 3, and right now we're fighting for Constructors as well. Good stuff, Raphael. Mercedes master plan, cars in the pit zone. No, I don't know why they've... I mean, I'm confused why... Who went on the wet? Bottas and Max. And Ocon. That confused me, and then I kind of nearly missed a crash with our own driver who's got front wing damage. James, thanks for the follow. Don't know what to do here now with Piastri, Lawson. Piastri used to be our driver in our last series. Yeah, we're going to have to change that front wing. It's whether we change over to wets while it is very wet, but then that's just going to cost him another pit stop, isn't it? Have these done their... Everyone's pitting for wets. Ah! I don't know, chat. I think it is going to be wet, but for a little while. For what? 4 laps? So it's whether you go to wet and lose 22 seconds, but then have to go back into inters 5 laps later. But Lawson's got no pace. I need to pit him. But what is it? Wets or inters? What do we think, chat? Wet from Lando. Hold on. It's going to be wet for a little while. 5 laps, though. Inters. I've got 1 for wets, 1 for inters. 2 for inters. I need to make the decision. 2-1. It's 2-1 on inters.
Okay, we're going to box this lap.
Copy.
Russell's in for wets, I assume, as well. Bradders wants inters. Briss is saying trust the AI and go wets. Well, we've not, so we're about to get this horrifically wrong, potentially.
Sainz in the pits.
Got to change the front wing, so this is going wrong for Lawson at this stage. Right, last lap, Bottas a 1:23.8, Ricciardo a 25.9. We should have gone. We should have gone wets. We should have gone wets, chat. I think we've got to get Ricciardo in on wets. Look at the last lap from Well, Verstappen is... he's 1:26.5 though. This is one race to forget. It's early on. It's early on, Huru. It's only 17 laps gone. Anything can happen. But yeah, I think Lawson, we should have gone wet. He's down to 16th is Lawson. It's time for the Cali hammer time.
Take it easy in the pit entry.
Yep, confirm.
Right, it's going to be wet, I think, now. Wet tyres will probably be at their peak for the next 6 laps. And then it'll cross over to Inter. So Danny Rick will have to jump back in. But Lawson is just going to stay out now.
Focus on reaction time and
Look,
no full throttle before pit exit.
We can't get any temperature into the tyre, look. That's the problem. So who's on wets now?
Currently P14.
Still a few that haven't stopped. Ricciardo's jumped Lawson after all of that. What's the interview? 1.6, so... Let's just forward on, see if anyone else jumps into the pits. NK, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. I think with Lawson, keep him out with inners and hopefully he does not crash and stay due to the weather. It's hammer time. Yeah, I think Lawson, we've just got to hope this weather passes very quickly. Charles is pitting now. Are all of these going to jump into the pits ahead of us? Sonoda does. Who's still out on inters? Norris, Hamilton, Teo Portier. Last lap. Bottas is nearly, what, 2.3 seconds quicker than Norris. He's going 2 to 3 seconds quicker. Russell, sorry. But Bottas did in that last lap. Everyone behind Lawson is now on the wets, though. What season are you on? This is the second season. We're approaching nearly halfway through this second season. Conserve the tyres with Lawson for now and see. Yeah, I was just trying to get some temps into them. But yeah, he's lost out because that front wing change as well.
Temps actually look good.
Oh, it's very wet now. It's still rising though. We've got another 3 laps of this. Norris finally decides to pit, but with 3 laps left of this, you may as well have stayed out. You've gone that long. Hamilton staying out on the inters, so is Théo Pourchaire, so is Gasly, Zhou and Alonso. As Sainz is making the move on Alonso, who's one of those on the inters, so we're going to have to do the same here, hopefully. And it should be easy work in the braking zone. Much better grip on these tyres. Job done. Maybe is Alonso going to fight that back? No, he's not going to have the grip on those tyres.
No issues with temperatures.
Okay, understood.
Okay, so Lawson, so he hasn't got a penalty. His damage is cleared, but he's on the wrong tyres. Ocon's getting past him, so the wet tyre runners are certainly quicker at this phase. Sainz is on the wets ahead of us, though, isn't he? Yeah, Zhou, who he's now past Zhou, going very slow.
Okay, so let's just catch up.
Are we going to get past Zhou here? Hopefully in the braking zone again, we should be able to do that. Yes. I think Gasly is the next intermediate runner. And I think Sainz is already near enough past him, so the Inters are really struggling now. I think it's Pourchaire really holding people up here. He is, but that's helping Ricciardo. Earth to Ted, box Lawson for wets. I think it's too late. The horse has bolted Earth to Ted. I think Lawson is going to have to just deal with that now, unfortunately. I mean, it is Zhou's pitting now. It is 25 seconds for a pit, so Lawson might benefit from these wet tyre runners come in. I mean, Zhou and Alonso are going to pit now and again in a couple of laps. Ricciardo through. Oh, track is at 5mm, though. That's going to take a while. You need more speed, trust me. Look, I know the wets are the tyres to be on, but we're near enough of that peak now, so we're going to have to trust the process. It's
And that's currently P9.
22 seconds for a stop, so he's now... Yeah, he's still... If he doesn't lose too much time, he's still in contention. Théo Pourchaire and Hamilton still out ahead of us on these Inters. I mean, we can attack with these wets, to be fair, because we're not going to have to keep them on. As long as we don't risk a spin. Hamilton finally decides to pit.
Long way to go.
Lawson now overtaken by Perez. Well, this is the water level still going up, but it should be going down. This is just going all wrong for Lawson, isn't it? Ricciardo's past Théo Pourchaire. Hamilton's in and out of the pits. I think Lawson's going to have to pit. I I think Lawson's going to have to pit. It's still going up.
Oh, we can cancel lift off.
How far back is he
use
now?
overtake.
It's 5. It's coming down. It's coming down. Come on. We need that to fall rapidly. Come on, Danny Rick. Daniel Ricciardo past Sainz. Going to try and use most of this. Well, most of this tire. We're just going to burn this tyre up. Come on, is this going to be 2 overtakes in quick succession here? Switching to the inside. Oh, Hamilton, very defensive there. Look at that. Let's cut the inside off. Very nice defending. Compromise, though, will allow us a good exit here. Yes, looking good. Daniel Ricciardo looking for the inside here. Hamilton can't cover that off.
On charge him.
Hamilton's going to stick it in here, though, on the inside. Cutting the corner. Cheating, Hamilton. He's done. He's done. Right. Ricciardo up to 6th, though. So whilst it's going wrong for Lawson,
Currently P6.
it's going right for Ricciardo.
Norris 3.5 in front.
That's 3.2 to Norris. Everyone on wet now, apart from Gasly and Lawson. So Gasly is the only other one braving it out. It is starting to fall now, the level of water on the track. Lawson's, what's 22 seconds off that? 20. So if everyone had to pit at this stage, Lawson would go to 5th, mind you. My quick maths are correct there. Is rain slowing? It is slowing, and nearly 1 millimetre has dropped off that. It was then at 5.4, now at 4.5. And again, it will drop, and then it will go to probably full wets again for a little while, I feel. So Lawson's going backwards, but he's just got to keep on the track when this now switches back over to Inters. P1, thanks for the follow. Stroll overtakes Lawson. Lawson down to 16th, but as I say, it's 22 seconds for a pit loss, so he'd be at 22. Yeah, he'd still be around 5th or 6th if everyone had to pit with Lawson. And I think the lap times will start to get closer to him now. Now this is all about when do we drop Ricciardo in. He's pulled 2.5 seconds on Sainz and Hamilton here. Are we gaining on Norris? 2.2 seconds. I've changed to damp. Now when do we switch over to the Inters? Probably we can use Lawson. Keep saying Oscar from the old series. We can use Lawson's lap time. There's 126.3 for Ricciardo. Where is Lawson? 128. So it's still a couple of seconds slower at the moment. So we can use Lawson as a bit of a guinea pig here. Where's that interfilter? Oh, we are getting closer to Norris now. Let's just see what this next lap is. No one's jumping into the pits yet. Ricciardo 125.7. Lawson a 127.4. Yellow flag. Oh, was that Lawson again?
Take care, you're approaching.
I hope not.
Crash.
No, it's Alonso looked to be involved with a Haas there.
Some debris.
Guan Yu Zhou and Fernando Alonso then. Oh, Fernando loses a end plate on his wing. Zhou off. So Lawson up to 16th. It's when we jump into the pits now for these Inters. Ricciardo is all over the back of Lando Norris now. Look how far away they silver. Oh no, Mercedes are dominating, aren't they? Louis, thanks for the follow. All I want is a Bottas win. think you're going to get it at this stage. Is Ricciardo going to look for a move here on Lando? No, he doesn't. Investigation on Alonso and Zhou. Doesn't look like there's any penalties there. Ricciardo on the inside. Yes, please. Lando will have inside here, though. But Ricciardo gives him no room again. And Ricciardo up to 5th place. Lovely work from Danny Rick. That's a 24.5.
On next car will be Piastri.
And looks like Lawson's got a move done as well. So are those Inters starting to come in now? It's a 24.5 for Ricciardo. It's 26.8. So he's getting closer. Down to, I think the Inters are coming in now. I think it's either this lap or next for Danny Rick. We'll see. If a Merc jumps in this lap, then we'll follow him in. If not, I feel next lap. Ricciardo's dropping Lando here, and he's on to Oscar Piastri now. Mick says box for Inters. It's getting close. Getting close. I think it is the crossover point, just about. Just want to see. I think these Mercs are staying out, though, aren't they? I think I'm going to go at the end of this lap. Do we feel it's going to stay wet, though, here? Actually, maybe we need to keep these wets working until we get to here. Because look, we look at lap 30, the rain increases again. So I don't think we should box for Inters. If we box for Inters, we're then going to struggle through this. And I think that's why we're not seeing anyone pit. So Lawson, we probably need to be careful that tyre life for Danny Rick as well, because that wet weather is going to last 10 laps.
Okay.
Depends how wet it gets, but if it does get a lot wetter than that, then Lawson, we will have to pit. Last lap, 24.5 for Ricciardo, 25.2. So it is, I think we are at the crossover point, but because that wet weather's coming in, I don't see the point of boxing. I think it's now increasing.
Big push, we could get it.
I think it is now increasing. Right, Ricciardo, can we get past Piastri? Ricciardo definitely on for a podium here. Ricciardo, we don't need to take any risks with strategy. He's got good pace. Probably used a lot more tyre life. Actually, not too bad, to be fair, tyre life. Lawson is probably screwed, in all honesty, because if he's got a pit, he's going to be last.
Okay, Drizzle increasing in the pit lane.
It's not going to be as wet as this peak, but it's a longer stint. I don't think we can stretch the Inters out for Lawson through that. Corner waiting for your pit. Ricciardo's on pace. There's not much point unless he starts losing time. He's gaining positions easily. Danny Rick's tyres are burning. Yeah, we're trying to cool those down. It's because the water level as well. So everyone will be feeling it a little bit because the water level is dropping. But now it's getting wetter and we're on standard pace. That should help us out. Piastri's suddenly all over Verstappen here and he's gone. Well, Verstappen has maybe just used too much battery. Lawson, oh, we missed the overtake there on K-Mag. So we had good pace because we pulled 5 seconds on Alonso and Stroll, but I think we're now going to be the crossover where the wets are better. And Gasly has stayed out as well, though, who we're now with. So the 2 intermediate runners are now at the same place on the track. Yeah, I think we're going to have to pit for wets. I think we just pit for wets with Lawson. We'll just go full attack with him. Just see where he ends up. Carlo dropping a bit off, but we have gone standard on the tyres, so I think these are just going through a little bit of a push phase. So that's fine. Where is Lawson in compared to the pits? I want to know what this peak is. If it doesn't... Oh, it's now about to go up, though. Is it going to reach full wets is what I want to know. Yeah, I think it is. I think we have to pit Lawson. We tried not to. We tried our best, but I think it's now gonna... It's still not at its peak. It's now about to be at its peak. I think the wets are going to be quicker for... At 33, for about 7 laps. I think it's just going to be too long.
Currently P5.
Although he's going for a cheeky move on Pierre Gasly here. Wonder if Pierre's going to stay out.
Loris behind you.
No, Pierre... Sorry for making it in the... No, Tom, not an issue. I went for it. I felt like it could work. It nearly did. If this wasn't going to be too much of a P, yeah, Gasly decides the same then. So both ourselves and Gasly have to abandon that idea. Piastri's pushed up the road somewhat there.
Let's try to take opportunity.
2.3, at least it's a half decent stop for us there. If it wasn't raining as much, plan could have worked. Yeah, it's just unlucky. It was on the edge. It was one of those. Could have gone either way. We took a risk. Right, Lawson, yeah, let's just attack on that now. So Ricciardo 1.2 off Verstappen. Let's just try and get closer to him and see if we can make a move and close up to Piastri, really. Use a bit of deployment. Reese, thanks for the follow. Our day at the office, yeah. Can't win them all. Although we're only halfway through, so a safety car, we change everything. But I think after this spell, it is going to be inters all the way. Although it is going to get a little bit wetter at the end, but that would still be inters. You can't really burn those inters out. Alright, come on, Lawson. We need to kind of get past Gasly here. If not, we're just going to lose too much time. So the fight for Ricciardo is really for third place. The two Mercedes have checked out. It's 13 seconds from Russell to third place Piastri. And Piastri's, what, 17 seconds off the lead. You have Twitch. Yes, I do have Twitch, Reese. We stream on Twitch and YouTube as well. So it's Cali Flap on Twitch, but also in TikTok. In my bio, you'll find the YouTube link. We've got a live stream there as well, buddy.
Charger.
So I think these must be attacking on their tyres as well.
Charge off.
Understood.
M. Crest for Bolton. Butchered that. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Right, let's use some barrier out here from Lawson.
Copy.
Come on, I feel we need to get this done on Gasly. Oh, it's tight through there, but we're hanging on there.
Looks good. Copy.
Thomper, 95, thanks for the follow. And Lawson is through on Gasly then, so he is up to a whopping P18. But let's see what pace he's got. 1.7 off Hulkenberg. And Ricciardo kind of just managing him on this. Louis, thanks for the follow. You viewed. Hi, buddy. How's it going? I'm the ones whose screen is black in Twitch. Don't know if anyone else is watching on Twitch, then please let us know in the chat if it is visible. Right, it's raining less, so it looks like we've reached that peak. And it's going to maintain now for a few laps. Yes, can't see. Oh, I don't know what's going on Twitch then. Says the Twitch connection is working. If not on Twitch in my profile, YouTube will be there. It should be fine on YouTube. Yeah, I had the same issue on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know what that is then. It's showing my end that Twitch is connected and everyone's visible, so I'm not sure. I shall have to investigate off stream after this stream. Right, Lawson has made it up to Hulkenberg.
Copy.
And then after Hulkenberg, we've got 5 seconds to Théo Pourchaire. So this much better pace from Lawson. That's a lovely move around the outside of Nico Hulkenberg. And away goes Liam Lawson, finding a bit of confidence now he's on the actual right tyre. Ricciardo close to Piastri. It's very close between all three of these here. And Lawson's got, what, 4.6 now to close on Théo. And Weber, we're just waiting for this to now close off. Well, let's use a bit of battery, see if we can get past Piastri and Verstappen. The problem is they're getting a toe off each other. Well, Piastri's had to go very defensive there. I don't know if he got a poor exit. You really want to go back to the outside there, Ricciardo. Not compromise your own entry. There'll be a long way round the outside here. But he switches to the inside. That will be a much better line for Danny Rick. On the inside then of Oscar Piastri, and through we go into P4 for Daniel Ricciardo. Now we chase down the mighty Max Verstappen for a podium place. Used a little bit of battery there. UV not bad, been ill this morning but better tonight. UV, glad you're feeling better, buddy.
Behind is Piastri.
Right, Ricciardo then. Now trying to chase down Max. Lawson's now 2.4 behind Théo Pourchaire.
Yep, understood.
Mercedes absolutely dominating this one. Rain should start to drop in another 2 laps, and then I think we're back onto the Inters till the end of the race. So how far can Lawson get? Can Lawson get back to the points? I don't think he can do any better than 9th, considering there's an 18-second gap from Perez in 10th to 9th. But from Perez down to here, what is that? 4, 10, 15. It's about 16 seconds. So Lawson's about 16 seconds off the points. But he's got good pace. Tyre check, that's what you can see there. And most of these in the 70s. Obviously, Lawson got a very big advantage.
Keep the head down.
Lawson 1.1 now of Théo Pourchaire. But unfortunately, he's getting a toe off Stroll, so he's going to have to be a bit aggressive on that one. Verstappen, Russell and Bottas crashing, coming, allowing Ricciardo to win. That would be lovely.
That's okay.
I'll take a Russell and Bottas crash, to be fair, because I think we might be able to have the pace on Verstappen. Right, Lawson is just about with these. Drugovic's got a mechanical of fault. I mean, safety car would be nice. Really, I don't think it would really be a negative effect on Ricciardo, but it would really help Lawson, so safety car would be lovely. But it's been, although there's been a couple of crashes, one involving our driver Lawson and then Alonso and Joe, it's been pretty clean so far. Oh, we've got some traffic coming up. I feel now might be the opportunity for Ricciardo to move past Max Verstappen. Atty, hi buddy, hope you're well. Max got good exit off there, but we're gaining now because we're deploying a lot of battery. Haven't got too much to play with. Need to switch to the inside, Danny Rick there, because we're never going to get through there. It's all of our battery use. I think Max had more battery than us there.
Understood.
Look at the inside. We're going to do far away. I think we're going to have to go through a bit of a top-up phase here.
Okay, understood.
Just to help us later on. We've got 1.6 to Piastri, so he might come back to us there.
I don't think we can do much more.
Just head down.
All right, Lawson, we need to try and get past these. Going well. Good, buddy. Good to hear, Atty.
Charge on.
Okay, understood.
Yellow flag. Where's that happening? The spin. It's not us.
Yellow, where you are?
Understood.
It's Lewis Hamilton. Witzer, hi, buddy. How's it going? Oh, Lewis lights up the rears. Well, he's fine down there where he was anyway, but this is a problem, Lawson here. We had this earlier on with Ricciardo, didn't we, where he got bogged down. He's going to have to be really aggressive here, although he gets a really good exit, so maybe it's not going to be as hard as Ricciardo found it. Lawson says thank you very much to Théo Pourchaire. And he's going to be straight on to Lance Stroll here. And then he's got 6 seconds up to Alonso. Although Théo Pourchaire's not giving up on that, but it is over now. Need to go see you next live. No worries. Good to see you, Atty. Goodbye. Good. What are you? Yeah, all good, Witzer. Good to hear. And again, straight on to Stroll there. Lawson is loving it at the moment. Okay, we are up to 15th with Lawson then. He's got 6 seconds now to find on Alonso. Ricciardo, just kind of managing now, just trying to top up some of the battery. Though he's very close to Max here, isn't he? Is Max just conserving a bit of tyre life? Or battery even?
Don't worry.
He's getting close to the Inter crossover as well. Well, not too close, but we're a few laps off.
Copy.
Ricciardo on the inside of Max. Thought about it for a little while. So change to damp. We won't jump in just yet. Stroll's career has taken a real stroll in this universe, being dumped by his father and relying on Kicksale, but yeah. Russell in on Inters. Russell is the first to go. I'll assume it's going to be Inters. Max goes in as well. So we're going to have to cover that off.
Box.
Box confirmed.
I think for Lawson we can...
Box. We go to Inter. Box.
I think for Lawson we'll go as well. Don't want to make the same mistake again. Right, we're going to switch over to the Inters then. We've got a yellow flag.
Copy, box.
There's a yellow flag now.
Dragovic has had a spin. It's not going to be a safety car.
Conditions on track really not great. And that's it. That's the spin.
Or maybe put up by Russell coming out of the pits. Right, so we've got Lawson due in now. Probably a little bit too early than, well, earlier than I'd normally go, but I feel with Lawson, let's just get him in. 2.4. Our pit crew disappear. They're that quick. Beautiful stuff. Right, Ricciardo should be in next. Also got a bit of traffic there, but he's fine.
Take it easy in the pit entry.
Yep, understood.
Can attack on those Inters, actually. That's going to be fine. Oh, no, not a slow stop. Please. Please let him go. Please. Verstappen is definitely going to jump us now. That's a very poor stop for us. You do cut this first corner, but it's not going to be enough.
Okay.
Ah, that's frustrating.
Right.
So Ricciardo is going to have to do it all again on Max Verstappen.
We have P8. P8.
He's going to have to close that gap again. These have stayed out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
7.4. 7.4.
As Lawson is making a move on Zhou. Lawson now a lap down. And the individual... Alright, we've got Hulkenberg, Porchera and Tsunoda in the pits. Hopefully we're jumping these. Won't jump Tsunoda because he was way ahead of us. This is definitely a race to forget and a slow day at the office. What happened to Liam? Liam's just, been... had the wrong strategy calls, let's put it that way. The Team Lotus pit crew are like Mika into the shortcut scenes. They just disappeared. I don't know where they went. Right, it's 8.6 to Gasly's. Gasly stayed out, he has. So Tsunoda, we're on the same tyre as Tsunoda now. Piastri pit. So Piastri was close to us, wasn't he? But obviously we've had that slow stop now. So is Piastri going to jump us? He'll cut this first corner. Here he comes. We'll just stay ahead of him. Our tyres will be up to temp, so we should maintain that. What's the next race? Can't remember the next race on the calendar. Can't remember, but it'll be Friday. It'll be on Friday. So 7 seconds here. Are we unlapping ourselves here on Bottas? Lawson for the lead of the race. Let's just pretend. Oh, nearly cut Bottas off. Bottas was on wet, so that's why Lawson had good pace. Stroll pits, so he's out of the way. Gasly's on wet, as we said, so... yeah, we're kind of at a bit of a slower phase of the race here. What's the next? No, we've had Spain, Tom. Monaco's already been. I feel like we're into the Austria, Silverstone kind of period. I feel, maybe. Spa normally comes a little bit later. I think Canada. I think it might be Austria then Silverstone. Lawson's past. Where did Magnussen come into this? Oh, we're past Magnussen there. Magnussen just stopped. I did, so that's why we've jumped Magnussen. But who else is still on the wets? Alonso and Ocon. Why are they staying out so long? That makes no sense, really. Alright, let's push a bit of fuel with Lawson. Surely Gasly is coming into the pits here. Oh. Right, Lawson is going to get past Gasly because Gasly is staying out on his wet tyres for some reason. And then he'll have, yeah, about 6 seconds to Tsunoda and Perez. And that's effectively the fight for 10th place, I think. Here we go. Keep this clean, please. Yes, we're through. Norris pits. He stayed out a long time. Charles still on the wet, so I don't know what some of these AIs are doing. Right, so let's just manage this gap to Verstappen as we get a brief yellow flag. I'm just going to do a bit of top-up. Tsunoda locked up. That's
now
handy for us.
See what happened. This one is involving Yuki Tsunoda. All good at this point. Oh, and the car locks up.
Oh, Yuki, that's going to cost him a little bit there. Tsunoda, although it doesn't cost him that bad, to be fair. Ricciardo overtakes Charles, but that's because he stayed out on the wet. Yeah, tyre temps are getting a little bit hot, so we'll drop down to aggressive. 3.3 to Verstappen. We've got a good margin on Piastri. I'm just going through a bit of a top-up phase with Ricciardo. Verstappen's tyres about the same at the moment. See if we can get that battery topped up. So we're only 1.6 behind Tsunoda now after he had that lock-up. And then it's going to be 8 seconds to Perez, which will be for the points because Alonso's still not wet. Multiple cars have crashed. That's not us. It's in front of us. It's Tsunoda and Alonso, is it? Is it Alonso in another collision here? I think it is. Yuki Tsunoda. Oh, Alonso, did he just turn in on him there? We avoid it, thankfully. Alonso been in 2 collisions there on that first corner today. But we are now 11th with Lawson, and it's 11 seconds to Perez. And I think that's about as best as we could do, but it would be a point. Is this another crash? What's happened here? Same corner. Teo Pourchaire in the Haas. And Stroll, is it? He is. All having problems down to in T1 there. Right, so Lawson, 11 seconds.
And now we've had a crash.
This isn't another crash, is it? Surely.
Just look at how wet the asphalt is.
Same thing. Right, madness going down there. Right, 10 seconds. Ricciardo, we're going for a bit of top-up. So it's a bit of a slur phase here. So we're just sort of speed through. Time penalty to Alonso and Stroll. It's just whether Lawson can close that gap.
To the pits. There's been a hold-up.
Piastri is all over the back of Ricciardo here. We do need to be mindful of this.
Push, push.
Yep.
Alonso's retired. Just pulled in. He's had enough. Fair enough, Alonso. Fernando's had enough. He's had 2 crashes at turn 1, got a 5-second penalty, and he's binned it off. He's had enough. He's off to the bar. Ricciardo, I think Piastri's going for a bit of a push at the moment, so we're just going attack on the tyres just to cover that off. I want to have a go on Verstappen, but Piastri's being a bit of a nuisance because we want to save some battery for an attack later on. Lawson is getting past Drugovich there. Yeah, Piastri is really hounding Ricciardo here. Not ideal, but... What's the tyres? Piastri's got good tyre life, you know. Maybe he's just got better pace than us at the end of the day. Alonso wanted to go home, yeah.
Behind this Piastri.
The character Professor Senna was my favourite episode. Yeah, they don't do the cartoons anymore, do they? They used to do them for a long time. Virtual safety car. What has happened now?
Okay, maximum focus on cooling down those rear tires.
Drugovich.
Roger.
Turn
Here we are
3.
following the Alpine.
Drugovich having a crash every episode.
Oh, that's where they hit the wall. And that's
Oh,
one surefire
dear.
way to put a dampener on your weekend.
Oh dear.
VSC. Keep the delta positive.
Right, this is good for Ricciardo's battery. Drugovich is retired, so that's now Drugovich and Alonso out. Charles Leclerc finally pits.
Copy.
Battery is good.
Alright, so we've got full battery now of Ricciardo, which is nice.
VSC ending.
Actually, we'll deploy a little bit just to get...
Overtake available.
Right, green flag.
Understood.
So Lawson's still got 8 seconds to find on Perez, but that would still be a point. So that'd be at least something to salvage from this one. That's what Ricciardo can do here against Verstappen and Piastri. Ricciardo against, Verstappen and Piastri.
We have a bit more rain now. A bit more rain coming now.
What are you saying, Pierre? Not a bit more rain, is there? Oh, it is going to increase a little bit. He's not lying. I don't think that's going to get to full wet.
No problem.
Right, all over the back of Max Verstappen here. Can we just get past Max, use all our battery, and just sail off into the distance? That's what I'd like to do. Come on, Danny Rick. The Honey Badger at it again, past his old teammate, Max Verstappen. Probably Max's hardest teammate he's had in his career. And Danny Rick is into 3rd place, onto the podium, but Verstappen is not going to give that up.
Good job. That's P3.
And we're going to use all of our battery here, really, to see if we can just pull away, get a second or so. Bit of a gap on him, but he's got a good toe. And Bottas leads by 6 seconds. We're 8 seconds back on George, but I don't think we're going to make any impact on that.
Your last lap was purple.
That's fastest lap for Daniel Ricciardo. A bonus point potentially here as well.
Can press overtake.
Max is pushing. He didn't like it. Max didn't like it. He wants it back. And also Gasly's still on wets. Don't tell me Gasly is still on wets. What is Pierre up to over there? I mean, he was with Lawson trying to drag the Inters out. And he's now out here trying to make the wets work. Which it is going to get wetter, but I don't know what Kick Sauber up to over there. Right, Danny Rick, let's go back to neutral. What RB is this? Tsunoda, hold Max up. Hold Max and Piastri up. Piastri on the inside of Max here. And this RB... Oh, he's holding the... That's cheating. The RB blocks off the McLaren for Max Verstappen. Naughty, naughty. And Max overtakes Piastri. Right, we've got 2 seconds on Max now. So
okay,
if we can just harvest and go to neutral. And we just kind of need to manage that gap now. Lawson's within 3 seconds of Perez. He's got great pace. Ferrari making Sauber strategies now, I guess. Yeah, I don't know what Charles was doing out so long on wets. Kicking along with Kick Sauber. Gasly, that's a bold move from Pierre Gasly. Right, 2 seconds we want to monitor, and we've got this 3 seconds closing on Perez. Verstappen is closing back to Ricciardo, isn't he? Let's just wait and see what happens there. I'm hoping it's just because he's using a lot of his battery now. Where is he? He's about 2 seconds adrift again. Piastri made for the overtake on Verstappen. Yeah, Piastri's doing well. I'm surprised by that McLaren. Norris, I think he stayed out longer on his Inters, but Piastri's having a good race. 5.3 to Russell, are we? We are quicker than Russell at the moment. Half a second. I mean, is second place on? Don't know. I still feel like Mercedes got the edge. Right, Lawson is up to Perez, though. And this would be for a World Championship point. Luca, hello, buddy. Hope you're well. Sauber doing with Gasly what they did with Leclerc in 2022. Yeah.
Copy.
I don't think... It's now going to go to wets, though. So what is the AI going to do and what are we going to do? This is too much pressure. It went from some of the nicest liveries with Alfa Romeo sponsorship to one of the ugliest. Maybe it's good they are becoming Audi. Yeah, I think the Audi ones will be nice though, won't they? They'll be a nice livery. Is anyone going to jump into the pits in terms of the AI? Are they just going to see these out now on Inters? It's not going to get as wet as these spells where it was full wet. I think we're seeing this out on Inters. But Lawson, let's use some battery here. Let's get this done on Perez. Bottas and Russell to crash. That would be nice. He's got to find 8 seconds, though. Have to go now. No worries, Tom. Thanks for dropping in, buddy. Go box with Lawson. You have nothing to lose, I guess. Yellow flag.
Be very careful with the
Multiple cars have crashed. Who is this now?
Oh, it's so wet for them out there.
Oh, not the two Hasses. Guan Yu Zhou and Teo Porcher. This is going to be a lockup going into the back of him.
Keep out of each other's way. Now their
That's
confidence
awful.
will have taken a hit with that.
That's awful, isn't it? I think that's a penalty coming for Teo Porcher. Was it into the back of Zhou? Right, we're getting bogged down. Who is that? Van Dorn? We're behind Van Dorn. He needs to get out of the way, Van Dorn. You're being lapped, Van Dorn. Stop racing. Oh, he drove into the side of us there. Right, we've got 3 seconds on Verstappen. It's 4.5 to Russell. I think that's kind of staying the same. No, how do you not get a penalty for that? What Michael Massey is going on here? Just literally rear-ended him. Clear as day. And Teo Porcher is retired now. Has he just pulled in that enough? Yeah. Like Fernando before, he didn't. He was ashamed of what happened there. Right, it's very, very wet now. That's what she said. Right, Lawson, come on. We got a bit bogged down there with an Alpine. It's looking good for the gap on Verstappen. Is there a chance of a P2? Tyre life is going to be absolutely fine. These tyres getting very hot on Lawson, though, which I'm not particularly liking. As he's going for the move here. And job done on Perez. So we are into P10, into the points from Lawson. So from his pretty chaotic race, I think that's a pretty good result for him. So we didn't really see that from that angle. So let's have another look.
Action closely here.
Yeah, good move from Lawson. He's made good moves across this race. Let down, really, by us on the strategy. Although we did have that crash with Piastri, which did hamper us. He had to come in at that stage because of front wing, and that's why we had to make the decision. But we should have really gone on wets. But you win some, you lose some. 10 to go. The irony of Mike Massey is that Toto Wolff was going to offer him a job at Mercedes, I heard, which would have been ironic, yeah. And the other, our latest race director has left today, I see. He's left the sport. So we've got a new race director from Las Vegas. Right, so I don't think there's going to be much more here, is there? The rain. It's going to be wet now for the next 3 laps. We've just got to see this through. And then it's just Inters till the end here.
Max is 4.5 behind. Max 4.5
Ocon mechanical fault. Ricciardo's going to get close to Russell. It's kind of staying at 4.4 seconds to 4.5 though. I don't think he's really bringing it down too much. FIA being nice today. Best position for Lawson, P9 or P10. Rick, P3 a podium. Yeah, I think it's going to be P3 and Lawson's locked up.
Don't worry.
He's okay though. He's not lost the position to Perez.
Take a look now. So here we go, heading into turn 1.
At least he's not like Mick Schumacher. We would have seen this every race from Mick, and Lawson has been pretty clean for us this year.
But really, it was always going to...
Well, that's a minor lockup, really. He's absolutely fine with that. Does bring Perez a little bit closer to him. Haven't really got battery to play with Ricciardo, so I can't really push him any more than I am pushing him towards George. But it is down to 3.7. Where are we with Ricciardo? George has got Ocon to overtake. Maybe that will just hold him up a little bit. No, he gets him on the straight. Very nice. Hopefully Ocon gets out of the way for us on the straight, though. Not hold us up too much, but we could catch him at an awkward place here. 3.4 to George. It is coming down. I just don't think it's coming down enough. And Ocon gets out of the way nicely. Lawson's about 10 seconds back to Charles, and Charles 20 seconds off Hamilton. So I don't think we'll even close the 9 seconds. Lawson, we just got to kind of bring it home now. Ricciardo, can we do anything there in these last 5 laps? Russell's got to get past Magnussen, then there's going to be no traffic. We could deploy a little bit here, but we just literally have no battery at the end.
Overtake available.
Are you using setups on the car in terms of actually going... I go through practice and get the setups, Piru? So we aim for 100%. We get close most times. If Russell pits, Rick has a good chance of P2. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be doing that though. Tyres are all good. Everyone can get to the end. Gasly is still on his wet tyres. He's loving life. He is ahead of Zhou and Van Dorn. He's got 7 seconds. Van Dorn's 32 seconds off Zhou. What an awful race that is for him. I'm using all the battery here just to get closer to George, but I don't think it's quite going to happen. We can go attacking again for Lawson for a little while.
Big push now, please. Full push.
I come back and Bottas still P1. Love to see it. Bottas has got the win. He leads this Drivers' Championship as well. 4 laps to go then. We're just hoping Russell can get bogged down behind Magnussen because I think he's had a little bit of a push there because he's back to 3.2 seconds. Ocon's fault is getting worse. I mean, Lawson's pulled nearly 7-8 seconds on Perez. Russell's past Magnussen, so I don't think there's much more Ricciardo can do. Bottas deserves a World Driver Championship. It's the will of the people, yeah. He's got a good chance in this universe. Did Mercedes recreate the W11? I think they must have. They've got a rocket ship this year. Down to 2 seconds on Russell. But we need K-Mag getting out of the way here. 3 laps to go.
Okay, we need some deploy.
Cheers.
He does get out of the way. 1.9. I'm going to deploy across this lap, but I'm just going to have nothing to fight George with if we get there. And the battery is gone. Well, we've got 1%. 1% battery. 3 laps to go. Alonso's pulled out his deck chair and is watching, yeah. Although it might be a bit wet for his deck chair. He's got like a poncho on or something, Fernando. Right, Danny Rick then. We've been able to get to George Russell, but we've used all the battery, so we're trying to rely on a bit of a tow here so we can get some battery back.
Charge on, charge on.
Okay.
2 laps to go then as Bottas starts the penultimate lap. Oscar, thanks for the follow. When do you do the next live? I might be here if I see the live. It's 7:15 on Friday, so every Tuesday and Friday.
You can do charge off.
Okay, yep, understood now.
1 second here to George.
Click overtake this.
Okay, understood.
Lawson 100th quicker than Charles. Both going very much quicker than Norris. But that's nothing's going to happen there. Right, using all the battery again.
Keep the head down.
You mean to say every Tuesday and Friday I can live my dream watching Bottas actually win stuff? You can, Josh. You can. For this season at least, I think there's a good chance Bottas is going to become the 2025 World Drivers' Champion.
We don't have enough battery.
Okay, understood.
Battery's gone again. I don't think it's going to be quite enough unless this Alpine of Van Dorn is going to cause some chaos here on this final lap. We get within near enough half a second. Bottas starts the final lap. He can take it easy to bring it home for a victory for Mercedes. This Alpine is here.
Okay, understood.
Come on, hold him up. Hold him up.
Click overtake available.
Okay.
He gets out of the way. Is he going to hold us up? I felt he might have held us up a little bit there. I'm not sure. It's 1 second. I don't think we're going to have enough battery to do anything about it. Push. We're pushing. Oh, I don't think we've got enough battery life to do much about it. We're going to be too far back. We got close, though, to be fair. Within a second of George. 5 seconds back on Bottas. So there's good pace from Ricciardo in this final stint. But we just didn't have the battery to play with once we got here. George will deploy out of that final corner. And as you can see, he's got much more battery. So that's going to be it, really, for us. Close. Oh, as Lawson's got fuel delta warning. That's not good.
Copy.
Same with Daniel Ricciardo. We need to be careful. We've been burnt by that before.
Copy.
Give us a bit more lift off, please.
Yep.
Ricciardo, though, is going to cross the line. He's going to finish third here in Canada. It was a good
we take
race
the
in the
flag.
end from him. He took a 10-place grid penalty. Started, well, qualified P3. Started 13th, so he's up 10 places. Solid drive for Ricciardo. Mercedes had the pace on us, but we nearly
boys.
got to George
Thank
Russell
you.
there. Lawson just being a bit concerned, but he has conserved that fuel now, so we're absolutely fine
so
on
stop
that.
the car, please.
And Liam
Wait for
Lawson
the dash and then
is going to come home after a chaotic race for him on the wrong tyres, but he is still going to salvage a point for us here. As he rounds these final corners, past the wall, the champion, Liam Lawson, P10, and gains us another point. Danny Rick P3, Lawson P10, double points for us again, and another podium for the Honey Badger. Pusher K,
As always, there will be
P3.
lots to talk about
Even if you don't
after
get the
that
position,
race.
it's because the Mercedes is a
Including
W11. It's still a good
performance
place,
from the
yeah.
driver currently on our screens.
Alonso, the only one driver who would completely smash up his car and back a complete write-off and still get points like first year of Renault and Honda comes to
and I'm
mind.
not sure there's anyone who enjoys a podium
Well,
quite like Daniel
I'm standing Rick on his
Ricciardo
own
does.
there on the podium.
A fifth
Seems to be
podium
standing
of the
there.
season for them with a beautiful trophy too.
There we go then. Mercedes dominate. 1-2
Plenty
for
of
them.
Smiles for the cameras as the drivers can let
Ricciardo
off
is
some
still
steam
there.
here in
Don't forget about
Montreal.
Danny Rick. Here we have it then. The Mullet Man again. Valtteri Bottas wins it. George Russell second. Daniel Ricciardo up 10. What a drive and the fastest lap. So takes 16 points. Oscar Piastri fourth. Max Verstappen fifth. Carlos Sainz sixth. Lewis Hamilton up 4 to 7th. Lando Norris 8th. Charles Leclerc 9th. And poor Liam Lawson down 8. Had that crash with Piastri. We then had to put him into the pits. And we had to decide on inters or wets. We went inters, should have been wets. And that's what lost him the time. I think he went down to about P18, P19. So a good recovery to get back to P10 and still secure a point for us. And I don't think there was any real surprises. But these Aston Martins, who we thought would battle for 5th this year, really struggling at the moment. Drivers' Championship, though, look at this. Valtteri Bottas, domination. And Daniel Ricciardo is still in second, but we will drop backwards with that. But Valtteri Bottas leads the Driver Championship. Daniel Ricciardo second. Oscar Piastri third. Max Verstappen trying to hold on to his championship this year, but he's, 98 points behind. Goes up to fourth. Lando Norris is in fifth. Charles Leclerc sixth. George Russell seventh. Lewis Hamilton eighth. Carlos Sainz is ninth. Liam Lawson stays in 10th. And Fernando Alonso 11th. K-Mag 12th, Esteban Ocon 13th, and no other point scorers. Still a chaotic race, yes indeed. The quali on Friday is at what time? And the race in Vegas, don't know actually. It's normally later, isn't it, being Vegas? And yeah, it'll be a Friday quali and a Saturday race being Vegas, won't it? Bottas do be the type of guy to bottle it. No, don't say it. Bottas is going to win it. The all-conquering mullet. It is. There's so much power in that mullet of his. Mercedes, back to some dominance nearly here. So they lead the Constructors' Championship. McLaren in second. Good points, actually, from McLaren. And very close between, actually. There's 2 points in it across this weekend between Red Bull, McLaren, and Team Lotus ourselves. Still in third. I know I'm a broken record, but we will drop back to 5th. It's just we're at the peak at the moment, so we're enjoying it while it lasts. But I do think we will finish 5th now, because Aston Martin are just having a terrible run. So it's us in 3rd, Ferrari 4th, Red Bull 5th, Aston Martin 6th, Williams 7th, and the rest of the teams yet to score. And that brings us to a closer. Another podium, that's the positive. Up 10 places, Danny Rick. Lawson went the other way, really. That was because of that crash and we made the wrong strategy call. But all in all, he did well to get back to 10th place. Double points finish for us. And still a pretty enjoyable race for us. As I say, we'll be back Friday. So if you have jumped into the stream, before you go, please do give it a like. And if you like what you see, come back on Friday at 7:15. And we will be continuing this Team Lotus series then. So thanks for all the likes, comments, and support. And we'll be back